In the age of social media empires, one name rarely surfaces in public conversations, despite wielding influence over a platform that commands the attention of over 1 billion people daily. That name is Zhang Yiming, the enigmatic Chinese tech billionaire behind TikTok, one of the most disruptive and influential social media platforms in the world. Unlike Silicon Valley founders who bask in the spotlight, Zhang has deliberately chosen anonymity. Yet his wealth, power, and control are anything but quiet. Behind TikTok's viral videos lies a web of strategy, secrecy, and immense fortune that few truly understand. Zhang Yiming is not your typical billionaire. Born in 1983 in Fujian Province, China, he didn't come from extraordinary privilege. He studied software engineering at Nankai University and graduated in 2005, just as China's tech scene was beginning to boom. His early career included stints at Microsoft and a little-known travel startup called Kuxun, where he developed a reputation for being intensely focused, data-driven, and uninterested in fluff. It wasn't long before Zhang began building something of his own, something that would quietly upend the global tech hierarchy. In 2012, Zhang founded ByteDance, initially known for a news aggregation app called Tuqiao. This app used artificial intelligence to tailor content to users' interests, which at the time was a radical departure from manually curated platforms. Tuqiao's rapid rise in China was impressive, but Zhang wasn't satisfied. He had a vision for something even bigger, an app that could deliver short-form, addictive video content customized by powerful algorithms that knew more about you than you knew about yourself. The result was Douyin, launched in 2016 for the Chinese market. Its international twin TikTok followed in 2017. What makes TikTok revolutionary isn't just its endless scroll of viral dances or comedy skits. It's the algorithm, arguably the most sophisticated content recommendation engine in the social media world. Unlike platforms that rely heavily on social graphs, what your friends like, who you follow, TikTok focuses on what you engage with moment by moment. It reads your preferences with uncanny precision. This is Zhang Yiming's core genius, understanding that data, not design, is king, and deploying AI at a scale never seen before in consumer entertainment. By 2018, TikTok was already dominating youth culture globally, but Zhang didn't stop there. His most daring move came when ByteDance acquired Musical, like a lip-syncing app popular in the United States, and merged it with TikTok. That acquisition was worth around $1 billion and gave ByteDance a foothold in Western markets, a rare feat for a Chinese tech firm. Overnight, TikTok became a bridge between two vastly different digital cultures, and Zhang became the first Chinese entrepreneur to crack the American internet in decades. The financial reward for this move, monumental. ByteDance's valuation soared to over $300 billion at its peak, with Zhang retaining a substantial personal stake estimated to be worth between $35 and $45 billion, depending on fluctuating market assessments. Yet, Zhang rarely gives interviews, avoids public appearances, and has never posted selfies with celebrities or tweeted about his investments. His secrecy isn't accidental, it's strategic. Zhang's wealth is largely hidden behind the veil of ByteDance's private structure, complex offshore holdings, and limited disclosures. ByteDance is not a publicly listed company, so its internal finances are known only to a few. However, estimates from investment rounds, leaked internal documents, and analyses by venture capital insiders reveal just how massive Zhang's fortune truly is. He owns approximately 20% of ByteDance, but commands significant voting power through dual-class shares, giving him control over major decisions, even after stepping down as CEO in 2021. What's more intriguing is how Zhang has structured his wealth. Unlike typical tech billionaires who funnel billions into foundations or lavish real estate, Zhang appears to favor stealth and reinvestment. Reports suggest he's established a network of holding companies and private entities across the Cayman Islands, Singapore, and Hong Kong. These aren't tax dodges, they're strategic asset protection mechanisms that insulate his fortune from political instability and regulatory threats. While Zhang Yiming's personal lifestyle remains largely out of the public eye, what we do know paints a picture of extreme discipline and minimalism. He reportedly avoids luxury goods, maintains a low public profile, and lives more like a coder than a media mogul. He's described by former employees as introverted, obsessively detail-oriented, and more interested in product architecture than public acclaim. It's this disinterest in ego and focus on product that allowed him to build a platform that became more downloaded than Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube combined in 2020. Yet behind the success, Zhang has walked a tightrope. TikTok's rise triggered geopolitical storms. In 2020, the Trump administration threatened to ban the app over data privacy concerns and alleged ties to the Chinese Communist Party. This created enormous pressure on Zhang, who was portrayed as a kind of tech diplomat, trying to to satisfy Beijing while expanding globally. To defuse the crisis, Zhang greenlit the establishment of TikTok Global, a plan to appease the U.S. government by localizing operations and partnering with American firms like Oracle and Walmart. The saga highlighted not just the fragility of international tech, but also the complex position Zhang occupies between East and West. Eventually, Zhang stepped down from his role as ByteDance CEO in 2021, handing the reins to co-founder Lang Rubo. But this wasn't a retreat, it was a strategic reshuffling. Zhang remains deeply involved in ByteDance's long-term vision, focusing on emerging technologies like AI, education, and virtual reality. ByteDance's investments in enterprise software, online learning, and even brain-computer interface research suggest Zhang is building not just a social empire, but a next-generation tech conglomerate that could rival anything in Silicon Valley. Zhang's influence isn't limited to TikTok alone. ByteDance's Chinese apps like Douyin and Tuqiao and Xigua Video are also massive revenue machines. In China, ByteDance operates one of the most profitable online ecosystems, with revenue streams from advertising, e-commerce, and content subscriptions. The company reportedly brought in over $110 billion in revenue in 2023, a number that puts it in direct competition with global giants like Meta and Alphabet. Yet, for all his billions, Zhang Yiming is not seeking celebrity status. He does not appear on magazine covers or keynote conferences. There are no TED Talks, no flashy foundations with his name, no public divorces, or yacht paparazzi. This absence of noise is itself a strategy, what some refer to as the quiet billionaire model. It's power without performance, wealth without worship. In a digital world obsessed with visibility, Zhang has chosen opacity as armor. Philanthropically, very little is known about Zhang's giving. ByteDance has made corporate social responsibility contributions, especially during COVID-19 relief efforts and educational programs in China, but Zhang's personal philanthropic footprint remains opaque. Some speculate that his long-term vision involves large-scale investment in AI-driven education and digital infrastructure in developing markets. If so, it would align with his methodical, systems-based way of thinking. Ultimately, Zhang Yiming's story is one of radical scale and strategic silence. He has built one of the most powerful tech platforms of the 21st century, amassed a secretive multi-billion-dollar fortune, and outmaneuvered political firestorms that would have destroyed most entrepreneurs. And yet, to the average TikTok user, his name means nothing. That's the genius. Zhang doesn't need to be famous. He built a machine that speaks louder than he ever could. In a world where tech billionaires often measure success by visibility, posting daily, speaking constantly, and selling personal brands, Zhang Yiming took another road. He engineered a global empire in the shadows, allowing the product to be the protagonist, not the founder. TikTok may be full of influencers chasing clout, but its architect remains the opposite, a man who understood the future, built it, and then quietly stepped into the background, richer and more powerful than anyone's suspects.